welcome. This is the Two Bros One Pod with Colin Miller,
Keegan Miller.
And we're the two bros on the one pod. Pretty much this podcast is going to be about just our stories growing
Learning
up,
about other stories.
debating certain topics that we'll be open to comments, or anything you guys really want to see us banter about, really. And we'll try and get a special guest every now and again, every podcast.
We will post monthly at the bare minimum.
And the setting may vary. We may have to do it somewhere else if the special guest needs it. But we just figured we would get that out there.
Yeah. So basically, this is what our podcast is all about. This isn't what the normal base is going to be like. We're just going to hop right into the topics normally. And
We're not going to make you sit here for 2.5 hours.
You're not going to be bored normally. And so before we started this podcast, I heard a little thing, funky, and this guy was eating these trashy ass Reese's cups, and I go, dude, those aren't even in the top 5 chocolate candy bars. And he goes, well, let's debate about this. So we got something to debate about for you to start us off.
So
would you like to start?
first of all, the new Reese's Caramel Cup. The new Reese's Caramel Cup is the best Reese's product, the best chocolate candy bar, and the best chocolate candy product. And here's why. Here's the why. The milk chocolate ratioed to the peanut butter ratioed to the caramel. They all complement each other as Michael Jordan, as Scottie Pippen complements Michael Jordan. Or, and some would say, the way Shaq complements or contributes to Kobe Bryant. I mean, the ratios are there. The taste is there. It's unbeatable.
Alrighty, I love that confidence. I love that response, but
And I hate you.
Two bros on pod. Anyways, further on with that rebuttal here. First off, the taste is not there. No chocolate, you don't taste it.
Taste is there.
Let me talk. The chalky peanut butter is there. The chalky and dry peanut butter. And let's say
It's not dry, it's moist.
Okay, let's say it is moist. Then it's a thick, toffee feeling of peanut butter. I can name you 10
It's
chocolate
creamy.
bars. I can name you 10 chocolate bars better and 10 candies better.
Do it.
Alright, I'll start off with my chocolate bars. I got myself a Twix.
Trash.
I got myself a Snickers. I got myself a Kit Kat. I got myself a Milky Way. And I got myself a Three Musketeers. Those go over the limit. Those exceed Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, in my opinion.
Okay, here's my 2 issues mainly.
Okay.
I don't mind Snickers. I don't mind Twix. But the Three Musketeers and the Milky Way, are you kidding me? Those are terrible. Terrible. I mean, why would you ever choose those to be top chocolate candies? Over Reese's especially. You've obviously never freaking had a Reese's in your life. The creamy peanut butter and the chocolate is way better than any freaking candy.
Okay, I like that. But here's my rebuttal. Just to even make this even a bigger and broader argument. You could take your chocolate bars and your Reese's. I'm taking my sour and sweet and non-chocolate candies. Name me your top 10 and I'll name my top 10. And
I'm not naming 10. I'm not naming 10.
Mine's going to be better than yours. Go ahead.
So non-chocolate candies.
No, yours is chocolate. I'm non-chocolate. Do you think that chocolate's better than non-chocolate?
I would 1,000% take Reese's over any candy on the market right now. Ever.
Name me 5 chocolate bars, and I'm gonna name 5 non-chocolate bars, and my list is gonna be 1,000,000% better than yours.
And we'll just have to hear it from the audience as well.
We'll just go 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5.
So here's my 5th, okay?
Okay,
Here's
your
my 5th. My 5th chocolate bar is gonna be a Kit Kat.
Good. You know, I like to get dirty with these things. I like to go through. I'm gonna start us off at number 5 with a little gummy bear. Gummy bear.
What bear? I mean, like what brand?
Haribo.
Haribo?
Haribo.
Okay. 4 for me for the chocolate spectrum. 4 is Twix. Just the caramel, the nougat, the chocolate.
Here's my number 4. The Airheads little rainbow string thingies. Somebody name me that in the comments. I don't remember. That's
Airhead Extremes.
4. Huh?
Airhead Extremes.
Okay.
Good,
Okay.
thank you. And that's our editor Jake in the background.
Yep. 3 spot is the Snickers.
My 3 spot, I'm going regular Sour Patch Kids.
You're putting Sour Patch Kids over Airhead Extremes.
You need to listen.
I mean, your list is already terrible.
Just wait. My final 2 is kicking yours.
Okay.
Behind.
2. Regular old Reese's Classic Caramel Cup. Preferably the 4-pack.
Here's where I go here. You may disagree with me. You may agree with me.
I mean, this is make or break whether somebody's siding yours or siding mine.
Exactly, and I don't care what I go with, what they think I go with here, because
they know you're trash.
They know I'm correct. I'm sticking with the old fashioned. You're on a road trip. You're like, hey, give me one of those, and you're just, man, these are delicious. These just satisfy you. I'm going with the good old fashioned Twizzler at my number 2. You can hate it, you can love it, but that is one of the best.
At your effing 2? That doesn't make top 10 non-chocolate candy bars.
Strawberry flavored Twizzlers get you hype.
They don't.
My number 1's beating your number 1.
I
don't
see
care.
those-
It's
I-
overpowering yours.
I see it. I see that in the snack bag in the car. Between a freaking...
Cheese and crackers or Twizzlers, what do you pick?
I'm taking cheese and crackers over freaking Twizzlers.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
A Twizzler?
You're like, hey, give me one of them Twizzlers. I can eat 7 of those in one sitting. And then, hey, let's go 20 minutes. 7 more. Just give me your number 1 already.
That's not even close to a 2. Just so you know. Anybody will say that. Here's the thing. The only thing a Twizzler is useful for is when there's no other candies there. You ever seen a freaking...
Alright, I'll replace it then if you keep complaining about it.
You ever seen a candy box? What's always in there? What's always left in there? Dry, hard Twizzlers.
Might have been a bad pick.
Yeah, I think a better use would be biting off both ends and using it as a straw, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna redo it. I'm redoing this.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. This is 2
You
bros
play
in
it,
one
no-
podcast.
You play it, you can't take it back.
This is horse.
Number 1, chocolate candy. Don't knock it till you try it. Reese's Big Cup Caramel.
Ridiculous.
Reese's Big Cup Caramel. I'll go over the 3 things. The ratios of milk chocolate, creamy peanut butter, and the savory sweetness of the caramel. There's no sweet trio that beats it. If you try it, you're gonna know that my list is the superior. That's it. Period.
Alright. I had a tough number 2 pick. That was rough. Should have gone Lemonheads or something different.
Lemonheads? Are you shitting me? That is
Lemonhead-
terrible. You guys can't listen to freaking
Alright, that I'm done. I'm giving you my number 1.
Lemonheads. That's not 20. That's not top 20.
That is terrible. That is outrageous. My number 1 I'm going with here. Nobody's going to disagree with me. This beats all 5 of your candy bars combined. Whenever I go to a game at a concession, whenever I go somewhere and I see these things, I'm delighted with joy. And I'm going to go with Sour Patch Kids Watermelon at my number 1.
Okay.
Those things get me riled up. The Twister 2 was a bad pick. If I replace it, I'm beating them by a mile.
Except it says here, right here in the rule book, as soon
Can't
as
take
you
it out.
as soon as
I
you play
understand.
it, you can't pick it back up.
Can't take it out.
So I'm gonna give you the number one. I'm gonna give you the number one best, just because it's so
Darn delicious.
it's so like diverse. Like for mine, you have to be in the mood for chocolate. For the Sour Patch Kid watermelon, I could just go snag a piece whenever I want. But overall, on the big spectrum of, hey, I'm in a candy mood, I want candy, I want the Reese's Caramel Cup. And I want it bad.
All right, kind of changing topics here, but we got a different type of debate here. What are you guys' stances on how the Pro Bowl was and how they kind of changed it to games and how it's not a really true game anymore?
This league has turned into some sissies. I got many pros, I got many cons. But the pros just overpower on how sissy this league is.
Okay. So
Do you disagree?
I'm going to take a standpoint from an NFL player. Okay? I didn't make the Super Bowl, right? I'm going to have zero motive to want to strap up the pads. I'm going to want to just try to focus on staying healthy
That's not
and
ridiculous.
preparing for next season.
That's not ridiculous. I'll give you that.
So as an NFL player, I think the main thing from a Pro Bowl is staying healthy, having fun, and just competing in other aspects, like kind of that lead up to the Super Bowl, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I feel like they better lead into the Super Bowl better than a Pro Bowl just the game would, because there's more activities. There's a very diverse group. Just kind of being able to see more. Like, who wants, like, the long snapping contest, for example? Not their best, but it includes everybody. Kind of just.
That's enough.
Kind of
yapping. That's enough yapping.
dragging it to the
Here
Super
we go. So this is my POV. His was an NFL player. I'm a regular NFL fan.
Okay.
I'm waking up on another Sunday, and I realize, well, NFC and AFC Championship are done. And I'm basically thinking to myself, the NFL is over, you know? You have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and the 49ers. The Chiefs and their Swifties are just going to take it over, you know? This isn't an NFL anymore. This is a sissy league. And when I wake up on a regular Sunday, and let's say 5 years ago I wake up, it's a Pro Bowl, I'm excited to watch this. I remember watching my buddy Michael Thomas making those two-hand catches, one-hand catch, over-the-head catch, and then he's jumping and diving onto the pit to make those catches. I don't see that in this league anymore in the Pro Bowl. I don't see any fun games. Long snapping? Are you effing kidding me? Golf? Why do we got to bring in other sports to this? Let the boys just play the game. And I understand your health and this and yada yada.
I mean, it's your freaking job.
Yeah, you're in Cancun. You just came back from Cancun. Don't be worried about your health when you got 6 months to recover.
And it's your job to play the game.
It's your job. It's your job to let the boys play.
Like back in the day, Sean Taylor, dude was taking out punters left and right. at the
Taking
Pro
out
Bowl.
punters
He
I
didn't
mean,
care.
left and right. Thank you.
it's a punter, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
He's there. That's what they call free loot. Is that what they call free loot?
I want to say floor loot.
Floor loot.
It's like a floor golden scar.
We'll take that.
Free freaking loot.
I remember watching the Pro Bowl. It was the Broncos and the Panthers about to play the next week. And I remember watching this Pro Bowl, having a fun time. And it splits to Manning doing film. Getting his yellow Gatorade, which is one of the best Gatorades. We'll get onto that later. And he's just watching the game, having a fun time. And you know what? He wasn't worried about the sissy league that we have now. He was loving the game
The
and having
freaking
fun.
sissy league.
What does this league become?
That's pretty much all we got for that topic.
That's all we got for that topic.
Next thing we got, what are your stances on the defensive player of the year, the MVP, all those
that
awards
is
won?
horse.
So what's your first stance
So
on
I'm
the
going to
MVP?
give you my stance on it first.
Go for it.
MVP going first.
MVP? I mean, Lamar, great season. Great season. Great season. It's just,
There's a lot of people doing a lot more work.
And here's one thing I saw.
feel like it was more impressive from Brock Purdy's standpoint or even Christian McCaffrey's standpoint.
It's a dog.
I'd like to add on to what he's saying.
Please,
I was
please
doing
go
my
ahead.
sources and I was researching, and I figured out that Lamar Jackson wasn't first in any quarterback stat.
And
He wasn't
any of
first.
them.
He wasn't first in NFL passing yards. Who was that? Tua Tagovailoa with 4,672 yards.
They
I'm on it
don't,
today.
they don't like giving it to non-QB players.
It's the league.
I mean,
once
even
again.
just give it to freaking Purdy. Freaking Mr. Irrelevant. His second freaking
Mr.
year.
System quarterback, my butt. So
He-
what if he's the best?
He
10
still
players?
performed. He still performed. It's unbelievable.
Exactly. And one thing I gotta add, if I may. I know we should have won this one, and I know it wasn't. It was still a great year, but I just want to see the Dak Prescott love. I don't know why everybody hates on him.
I'll tell you why. I hate the Cowboys. I hate what they stand for. I just can't.
They're America's team.
America's moving on. Let me tell you.
Evolution.
The Bears are winning the Super Bowl
Amen to that, man.
next season.
Yes, sir.
Here's what we're going to do. Not to change topics totally.
We're
here.
gonna change the topic.
We're going to
though.
change the topic here. The Chicago Bears are going to trade their pick.
We've talked about this. We've researched.
We're going to get Marvin Harrison Jr.
We trading for Patriots or Commanders because we have both outcomes here. We have both outcomes. Because we're saying if
We're
we trade for the
keeping
Patriots,
Fields.
keep him.
Who you losing?
Keep Fields. Here's what the trade is if we go with the Patriots here. All right, we're trading our first for their second and Kyle Duggar, and that's pretty fair to me. So
For the fans who don't know who Kyle Duggar is, please.
he's a great strong safety who's a 27-year-old and has great potential to be a great personnel for the formation of the Bears defense. And if we go with the Commanders, we have multiple outcomes here. We could trade our first for their third, and a little scary Terry, but we don't know there.
I wouldn't.
That's the iffy. That's the iffy.
I wouldn't. I'd rather have Jonathan Allen
Jonathan Allen.
than Scary Terry just because of DJ Moore.
And we're going for Marvin Harrison
We're
with
going
that
for
third.
Marvin Harrison with that third overall pick. Okay. So I'd say if we would trade with the Commanders, it's Jonathan Allen all the freaking way.
Yeah, because we studied their depth chart. All they got is Jonathan Allen, and all they got is Scary Terry.
Yep.
That's all they got. That's all they got.
That's all.
We already got their sweaty boy, Montez Sweat. Where's Chase Young at? He's at the 49ers in Santa Clara.
I mean, I don't know if they would want to trade. They pretty much have nothing left.
They're a rebuilding franchise. That's how I put it.
That's all we got for that topic.
Drake break.
All right, now for this next topic, we're going to talk about your top five Gatorade flavors.
This is gonna be last.
I get
segment.
right.
It might be tough getting 5 because there's some pretty strong
I can
ones.
I
but-
can rip 3.
Here's
man.
one thing I want to say first. I feel like it'd be easier to say 3 things, and
Okay.
here's why. The biggest drop off in Gatorade history, unfortunately for me, it's just Cool Blue. And if you can disagree or agree with me, but here's why. My good old buddy with the lighter blue color, Glacier Freeze, he's moving up and up for my blue. Cool Blue, he's falling off, man. He's had a great career. He's out of his prime. He's in the retirement stages. He's about to go. So I can give you my top 3 easier. But if we go 5, it'll be definitely be harder. So I like 5 because it's more of a challenge. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
So we'll just go 5.
Back and
4.
forth. Yep, starting with 5.
Starting at 5. Here we go. I can start at 5 if you want.
I could start, yeah.
As you were speaking earlier,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go at the 5 spot. I'm gonna have to go a crisp fruit punch. The classic red. When it hits, it hits. That's the only reason it's at 5. Because when it's like a warm, like there's multiple other ones I'd rather have warm than the red. But the red, when it's crisp and it hits,
Hot summer day.
hot summer day, it hits.
There's a
Hits.
reason we call each other brothers here. We are telepathic.
Telepathic.
I was debating through the fruit punch and the cool blue. That's how far they both dropped for me. I was just debating here. I was thinking, man, I gotta go with the fruit punch, man. Like he said, it hits, and the cool blue, it's hitting mid.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad. That's the father. It's father. It might be a guest star. It's father.
Might have to.
Might have to. And anyways, so what I'm just saying is how it's just dropped for me. I still have love for it. It's just dropped. Like my buddy Victor Oladipo in Indianapolis, who moved. He's in my heart, but no. So
4.
I'm going with
Okay.
fruit punch.
Okay,
That's
4.
it.
At the 4 spot, I'm going with another one that has to be cold and crisp. Going with orange. Good, classic, solid 4.
I had to think about this one for a second. But I'm gonna go with orange as well. I mean, it's just I don't want to copycat him, but it's just there for me. 4 is a perfect spot for me. It's just there. Let's get to 3.
Okay, for the 3, I'm going to have to go with. This one's tough for me.
Yeah, lemon lime. Yeah.
I know my final 3. That's all.
I'm just trying to look through the case in
Yeah.
the store right now.
I know my final 3. It's just I don't know where.
Okay. So I'm gonna bump my 2 up, and then I'm gonna put one at the 5 spot.
What's up?
So I'm moving
Fruit
orange to 3, fruit punch to 4. Then my 5 is gonna be cool blue. I'm not gonna hate on it like he did, but if it's in the fridge,
It's a thirst quencher.
it's a thirst quencher. I'm gonna take it.
Here's my thing. I got 3 flavors, and I don't know how you're gonna do it there because you only got 2 left. I got my 3, and I don't want to say it out loud.
I already have my 2 cemented in.
But with my number 3, this one was a tough one, but I'm going lemon lime. I know it's gonna shock some of you guys. I know it's not a good decision, but you know
It's just
you know,
classic.
it's classic, man. It's the OG, man. And my rankings might be a little off to you, but I'm the dark horse here. I'm the underdog. I'm the different kind of guy, you know.
2, for me, I'm gonna have to go with a crisp. This one I don't mind if it's room temperature. Fierce grape. Fierce grape. Hits. And that's hit or miss for some people. But I love me some fierce grape.
We are truly 2 bros in the pod. I couldn't agree with him more. My number 2, like the grape, I could drink at any temperature unless it's a little piss warm. I can go room temperature and below cold. It's just a great choice, you know. Number 1.
1 spot. It's been climbing up the ranks all
Yep.
throughout the years.
I know who this is.
So it may be a touchy subject for you guys.
We can say it at the same time. 2, 1.
Glacier Freeze. It's crisp, it's calm, it's collected at all points of the game. It's a thirst quencher. It's crisp. I can down it in one drink. It doesn't give me nausea. I mean, it checks all the boxes off. If I see it in the fridge over a grape, I'm taking the freaking Glacier Freeze.
Even if it's mine, he's taking it. Snatch. Let me tell you a little fun story. I was down in Omaha enjoying a good little party. And I get this great cup at Target. It's just a great cup. I can't explain it to you. And I go back down here in Iowa. And man, I'd never heard of this Glacier Freeze. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put this Glacier Freeze in this cup. Man, let me tell you, that's a #1 Gatorade experience right there. That was a game changer when I got that good little cup. Throw some ice in it. Man, that is a freeze of Glacier.
And we're signing off. Thank you guys for listening. We're open to any suggestions for topics. And let me know if you would want to be a special guest or be interested, please. And then we're going to please check out the Instagram that will be up called 2 Bros 1 Pod. And we'll get that up there.
Signing
Signing
out.
off.
Peace.